morning. So today we are going to talk about 4G and 5G communication networks. Okay, before moving into the subject, we have to know what is communication. So communication is sharing the information between the 2 points from one point to the another point. Okay, so what is a network? So we have to know what is network. So network is a combination of collection points. Okay, so we know what is communication and what is network. So today we are going to talk about the 4G and 5G communication network. Okay, what is 4G and what is 5G? So according to our understanding, it's all about the speed of the network. So that is what we know. Okay, so it's all about speed. Okay, so in before moving into the title, we have to know evolution of the communication network, mobile networks. So we have a first generation network that is dedicated for voice calls. Okay, the speed of that network is 14.4 kbps. It's very minimum. Okay, what we are using in 5G, it's 1 gbps. So compared to this one, the speed of the first generation network is very minimum, that is 14.4 kilobytes per second. And next is a 2.5G. Okay, the next communication network after first generation. That is dedicated for SMS and email services. Okay, SMS and email services. The speed of that network is 114 kbps, somewhat better than the previous generation, first generation. And third one is a 3G network, that is for web browsing. So from 3G network only, we have started to using net browsing. So that is dedicated. The third generation networks is entirely dedicated for mainly dedicated for web browsing. The speed of that third generation network is 42 Mbps. So better than the second generation network. And next 4G. Okay, the 4G, the speed of the network is 300 Mbps. So better than the previous generation 1G, 2G and 2.5G. This network is mainly dedicated for the video online gaming. So after 4G only, we have started using YouTube very often. Okay, we have started to watching the channels by using of the YouTube. So all these things are possible because of the speed it's provided, that 4G network provide. Because of that speed only, we are accessing all these services, mainly the video streaming. So after invention of the 4G only, the OTT platform boomed tremendously, like Amazon and Hotstar. All these OTT channels became famous after the invention of the 4G network only. Before that, we are using the mobile data only for the browsing, because the speed of the network is very low compared with the 4G network. So after the 4G network only, the evolution, okay, evolution has been started tremendously. Okay, next is a 5G network. So compared with the previous generation mobile networks, the speed of the 5G network is very high. The maximum speed of the 5G network is 1 gbps, 1 gigabytes per second. The 5G network is entirely dedicated for the AR, VR, IoT and autonomous cars. So AR means augmented reality and VR means virtual reality. What is augmented reality and virtual reality? So there is no physical presence. Without physical presence, we are doing everything virtually. That is the augmented reality and virtual reality. And IoT is the Internet of Things. So nowadays we are using all our electrical and home appliances by using. We can operate all our home appliances, and every devices can be operated by Internet of Things. So from that means from the remote place we can operate our appliances, we can operate our electronic devices, we can operate our electrical equipments, that is internet of things. So from the remote site we can operate anything, we can initiate any process, we can operate anything, that is IoT, internet of things. So that has been possible only because of the 5G network, the speed which giving. So all these things possible because of the speed only. Then as autonomous cars, you may heard about ADAS. Okay, so ADAS means automated driving assistant system. So nowadays all our automobile companies are providing ADAS system in their cars. So by what is the use of ADAS? By using of the ADAS, we can do some automated things without the driver presence. Okay, it's driver presence, we can do some operations in the driving. Okay, assisted driving actually. Okay, automated driving assistance system. So we can increase the speed, we can reduce the speed. You may know about the cruise control in cars. So after the invention of the ADAS, dynamic cruise control has been familiarized after the invention of ADAS. So all because of the 5G capabilities. So before go to the 4G network, we have to know the basic mobile networks system, that is GSM, Global System for Mobile Communication. So this is the basic mobile network we are using in 2G. So in GSM, so without knowing the GSM network, it is very hard to understand the 4G network. So before moving into the 4G network, we know what is the GSM network. So in GSM network, we have a user equipment, that is the initial phase of the network. Next is the BSS. BSS means base station subsystem. Okay, base station subsystem. And next thing is the NSS. NSS is a network subsystem. And final one is the public network. So here we are having the PSTN, public switched telephone network, and ISDN, integrated services digital network, and a fixed telephone network. So all these will be in a public network. So what is the operation of the GSM? How it operates whenever we insert the SIM in our mobile? So first it establishes the connection. It establishes the channel between the user equipment and the base station. Base station is nothing but our towers, mobile towers. That is called as a base station. So after inserting SIM in our mobile, the channel establishment will happen. So the channel establishment happen between the user equipment and the base station. Okay. So after establishing the connection, the channel is forwarded to the base station control. Okay. Base station controller will taking care of the channel allocation. Sometimes we are trying to make a call to our friend, but the channel is not available in the base station. So each and every base station having some channel to allocate to the users who are all requesting the channel. So sometimes there may be a chance for non-availability of the channel. If the channel is available, the base station controller will allocate the channel to the user. So after allocation of the channel, user can make a call to the particular person. Okay. So after allocating the channel and the forward channel and the reverse channel, after the channel establishment, the call will forward to the network subsystem. In network subsystem, the main part is MSC. MSC means mobile switching center. Okay. In mobile switching center, we have a three part: VLR, HLR, and authentication. VLR, HLR, and authentication. And what is VLR? VLR is a visiting location resistor, visitor location resistor. And what is HLR? HLR is a home location resistor, home location resistor. And what is authentication? So this is for a authentication purpose. Okay. So in a network, the security is very, very important. So the security playing the vital role. So for that we have a authentication. So what is the use of VLR? So VLR, whenever the subscriber enter into the different area. Suppose I am residing in Chennai. I am moving towards south Tamil Nadu. So I am leaving from Chennai. So whenever in mobile network, so the internet service provider having the MSC, mobile switching center, based on the network and the traffic capacity. So normally Chennai having a separate MSC, and other than Chennai, that is Tamil Nadu, they can call it as a Tamil Nadu MSC. So in Tamil Nadu we have a 2 MSC. One is in Chennai and another one is in out of Chennai, that is the Tamil Nadu region. So when I am moving towards the south, I am leaving from the home MSC to another MSC. So whenever I am moving between the MSCs, whenever I am moving between the MSCs, my information shared between the VLR and the HLR. Okay, so the purpose of the VLR is whoever coming to Chennai, they belongs to the Tamil Nadu MSC. Those people are entered via VLR, visitor location resistor. Visitor location resistor register their information who are all coming outside Chennai. So that is the purpose of the VLR. HLR is a home location register. Home location register the information of the users who are all in their home MSC. That is the purpose of the HLR. So authentication means whenever the new customer come in, we have to authenticate that the particular user, whether the user is a genuine user. So for that we have a authentication purpose. After all these process, the MSC will forward channel to the nearest base station of the subscriber with whom we want to make a conversation. So that is the process of the GSM networks. So after the MSC process, the channel has been forwarded to the PSTN, public switched telephone. In public switched telephone network, we have private networks, other data networks. We can connect to those networks also by using of the GSM connection establishment and ISN, integrated service digital network. So we can connect to the ISDN also, and fixed telephone network. We can make a call from mobile to the normal landline. That is also possible in the GSM network. So this is the simple operation of the GSM network. Okay. So next we move into the 4G network. So 4G network is developed by 3GPP, that means third generation public private partnership. This is the entity responsible for the 4G network as well as for the 3G network also. So from 3G, these people, the third generation public private partnership, this entity is responsible for all the activities happening around the communication networks. So actually the 4G network has been developed by the 3GPP. So here the basic structure of the 4G network. This is the basic structure of the 4G network. So here we have a base station subsystem like, so the E node B in 4G network, the E node B in the 4G network is similar to base station subsystem. Okay, whatever the base station subsystem has been done in the GSM network, the same will be happening in the 4G network by using of the E node B. So E node B is a combination of BBU, base station unit, baseband unit, and radio remote head. RRH is nothing but a radio remote head. So by combination of these two, E node B has been formed. E node B has been formed. The same operation, the base station subsystem, the same has been replicated by the E node B in a 4G network. This is the responsible for allocating the channels to the particular subscriber and getting the information from the other networks to the user. So the main purpose of E node B and the main work of the E node B is IP header compression. So actually 4G network is a IP based network. So IP compression is very important. So E node B will take care of the IP header compression, then routing to the different gateways. So in 4G we have n number of services. In each and every service we have a separate server, and for those servers we have some gateways, okay, to check whether the user is a valuable user or not. So the E node B responsible to routing the different kind of data to the particular or different gateways. Okay. So the next is a data encryption. So in the digital world, data encryption is very important. So without the data encryption, we can't transfer the data very fast. So encryption is very important. So E node B is taking care of the data encryption also. Okay. So from the E node B, so E node B is like a radio responsible for the radio resources diversion. Allocation of radio resources. E node B is responsible for allocation of radio resources to the users. So from the E node B, the communication going to the MME. So MME is nothing but mobility management entity. Mobility management entity. So what is the main work of mobility management entity? So it will take care of the roaming. What is roaming? So whenever we are moving from our home region to the another region, that is considered as a roaming. Okay. So suppose I am traveling from Chennai to Chengalpattu. So Chennai belongs to the Chennai MSC and Chengalpattu belongs to the Tamil Nadu MSC. So when I am traveling from Chennai to Chengalpattu, that is a roaming, because I am leaving from my home MSC mobile switching center to the another mobile switching center. So that will be considered as roaming. So that roaming part will taking care of the MME, the mobility management entity. MME will take care of the roaming. Okay. That means after reach to that particular MSC, we have to get the channel from that MSC to contact the person which we want to make a with whom we want to make a communication. Okay. So that has been taken care by the MME. Then mobility services. MME will take care of the mobility services, that is establishing the connection to the person with whom we want to make a communication. So next is managing the session. So in our communication network, each process will be considered as a session. For example, if I am talking to a particular person for 5 minutes to 10 minutes, that will be considered as one session. So likewise, the whole process, entire process in the communication network will happening as a session. That session will take care by the mobility management entity. Okay. So next thing, after the MME, the communication go to the HSS as well as the SGW. So HSS is nothing but a home subscriber server. Home subscriber server. So what is the use of HSS? HSS will taking care of the storing profile. So you might have heard about the profile in setting profile in mobile devices. So in when we are using the 2G mobile, we created the profile for different purposes. For example, if we are in your office, we might have created a profile, separate profile for office. In that the ringtone will not become. So we can silence the ringtone, like that we can set a profile. So after the 3G network in smartphone, we are making some other things also. by using of creating the profile. We can create separate profile for different purposes. So when we are in theater, we can these things should be avoided. So like that we can create one profile. When we are traveling in aeroplane, we can restrict some services in the mobile networks. So we can create separate profile for that thing. So like that we can able to create different profile for different purposes. So all things happening and controlled by the HSS, home subscriber server. So next is the authentication. So in a network, communication network, authentication is very important. So by authentication only we are ensuring the subscriber is a genuine subscriber. Subscriber who are taking part of the network is genuine or not. We have to check the user whether they are genuine or not. So for that we need of authentication. So those authentication operations has been taken care of HSS, home subscriber server. So these are the two things taking care of HSS, home subscriber server. And next thing, SGW. SGW is a routing and service gateway. SW is nothing but a service gateway. So what is the purpose of service gateway? Routing and handover operation has been taking care of the service gateway. Routing already you know. So routing means creating the path for our data from one point to another point. So handover means handovering the radio channels between the one base station to the another base station. That is a handover. Handovering the channel between the towers, that between the base station, that is called as a handover. That has been taking care of the service gateway. And next thing is the PGW, pocket data network gateway. In 4G network we have a different networks for different applications. So for each and everything we have to get your authentication from the particular servers. So for that we have a packet data network gateway. This is taking care of the authentication to allow the users who wants to get the information from other servers. This will allow those users to get the information from there. So packet data network gateway will taking care of all these things. So next thing is the policy charging rules function. Okay, policy. What is the use of policy charging rules function? For example, we are recharging our mobile by using of Airtel gateway. So for example, for a particular price we are get some data with 12 GB of data with 20 days of validity. So after 20 days, after consuming those 12 GB of data, so our service is going to be end. So how it happening? By using of the policy charging rules function. So the policy charging rule function will taking care of the all these policy enforced with the particular user and rules enforced with the particular users. So after consuming our data, so automatically our service going to be ended. So that is happening because of the policy charging rules function. So like that we can enforce any rules to the particular user. We can enforce any we can enforce any restriction or rules to the particular user by using of the policy charging rules function. So then through PGW the data is forwarded to the internet. So like this the 4G network is operating. So I hope all understand some more about the 4G network and what is GSM network and what is the communication networks. Thank you.